Welcome to Behind the Magic with Disney Princess the Concert. We are so excited to be home in Manhattan and back at BroadwayCon! Well, my name is Benjamin Rauhala. I am the fairy godfairy, one of the co-creators and the music director of Disney Princess the Concert. And since you're all Broadway people, you know that we started as a little cabaret show called Broadway Princess Party right here in Manhattan. Yeah, right at 54 Below. And so that was 7 years ago next month. And then people like you guys streamed all those videos on YouTube over and over, and so there was demand. We went out and we started going on tour, and then the big mouse took notice of us. And so we are actually in the middle of a 100-city North American tour with Disney as our co-producer. We just made our symphonic debut at the Kennedy Center, and we are about to go international, and we are having the best time. But you know what? We are so excited to be back here in Manhattan where it all began. You know, we're gonna do it a little intimate today, actually, guys. Back like Broadway Princess style. You know, on tour we have big animation, we have this orchestra stuff behind us. But today we're doing intimacy, guys. It's the girls, me at the piano, and you guys. We're gonna do some songs for you. We're gonna do question and answer, and it's gonna be so fun. And so we do travel with 4 princesses, a magical prince, and of course a fairy godfairy, myself. And so I feel like I should tell you about the royals we have with us today, okay? And you can clap for all of them when I talk about them because this isn't a high school graduation, this is a party, okay? This is what we're doing. All right, so we have Broadway's final belle. She starred as Chelsea Daniels / Chelsea Grayson on Not Sorry Gonna Wait a Song. Annalisa Vanderpool is here. We've got the star of Broadway's The Prom, and of course the OG Princess Jasmine from the tour. She was also on Broadway in the West End, Isabel McCalla. We have Broadway's original Belle and the voice of Meg Ryan. And first to sing for us, from Broadway's Hamilton, and she was Nala in Disney's The Lion King on Broadway and on tour. Let's welcome to the stage the iconic Cindy Winter!
Thanks for the intro, Benji. The window was open, so's that door. I didn't know they did that anymore. Who knew we owned 8,000? For years I've roamed these empty halls. Why have a ballroom with no walls? Finally they're opening up there'll be actual real life people. Hi. It'll be totally strange. But wow, am I so ready for this change? 'Cause for the first time there'll be music, there'll be light. For the first time I'll be dancing through the night. Don't know if I'm a lady but I'm somewhere in that zone. 'Cause for the first time in forever, I'm at BroadwayCon. What's up, everybody? I can't wait to meet everyone. What if I meet the one? Like tonight, imagine me gown and all, fetchingly draped against the wall. The picture of sophisticated grace. I suddenly see him standing there, a beautiful stranger, tall and fair. I wanna stuff some chocolate in my but then we laughed and talked all evening, which is totally bizarre. Nothing like the life I've led so far. Sing it with me. For the first time in forever, I'm getting what I'm dreaming of. A chance to change my lonely world. A chance to find true. I know it all ends tomorrow, so it has to be tonight. 'Cause for the first time in forever, for the first time in forever, nothing's in my way.
Cindy Winter, everybody! You know, we have a special treat for you. So we today are actually welcoming a brand new cast member to Disney Princess the Concert. She's doing the fall tour with us and we're so excited. She starred, you heard me earlier, as Alyssa Green in the Broadway cast of The Prom. And then she made her national tour. She was the original Princess Jasmine there. Then she did it on Broadway, and even a brief iconic stint on the West End. So please help me welcome Isabel McCallum.
Hi, BroadwayCon. Hi, Randy.
Okay, Izzy.
Yes.
Now, Princess Jasmine was your Broadway debut, and you were doing it on the tour, and then they flew you over to Broadway. So what do you remember about that moment in your life?
Absolutely nothing. No, it was wonderful, and it was such a whirlwind because I was in rehearsals for the prom during the day, and then I made my Broadway debut at night in Aladdin, and I knew the show was all different people, and I just remember being on that magic carpet, looking out into the audience, and hearing the audience sing along to A Whole New World, and it was just like all of my dreams had come true.
Oh,
it was really
that
special.
is so sweet. Well, you are so fierce as Princess Jasmine, so I think we should do Jasmine's big solo from the Broadway show.
I think we definitely should.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hey.
A princess must say this. A princess must wear that. A princess must marry a total stranger. It's absurd. Suitors talk of love, but it's an act merely meant to throw me. How can someone love me when in fact they don't know me? They want my royal treasure. When all is said and done, it's time for a desperate measure. So I wonder, why shouldn't I fly so far from here? I know the girl I might become here, sad and confined and always locked behind these palace walls. And then for the live-action film, Alan Menken teamed up with the writers of The Greatest Showman, and our girl Princess Jasmine got this rockin' song. Written in stone, every rule, every word, centuries old and unbending. Stay in your place, better seen and not heard. Well, now that story is ending, 'cause I cannot start to crumble. So come on, try to shut me or cut me down. Try to lock me in this cage. I won't just lay me down and die. I will take these broken wings and watch me burn across the sky. Hear the echoes singing, I won't be silenced. Though you wanna see me tremble when you try it, all I know is I won't go speechless, speechless, 'cause I'll breathe when they try to suffocate me. Don't you underestimate me. All I know is I won't go speechless. All I know is I won't go speechless, speechless. All I know is I won't go speechless.
Isabel McCallum.
Wonderful. So Izzy, I actually have a confession.
Yeah.
I know this is bananas, but my daughters and I actually saw you in Aladdin on Broadway, and you were exquisite.
Oh, thank you. Wow, that means so much coming from you. I mean, you were Broadway's first Disney princess. Wow. What was it like back then?
Back then,
Yeah.
oh, millennials. All right. So once upon a time,
A long time ago.
yeah, Lacey, a long time ago, when I was Belle in Beauty and the Beast on Broadway,
Before Instagram.
before email.
Before the internet.
Oh, Benjamin, that is so true. Yes, before the internet, before, Gore created the internet. I was Belle in Beauty and the Beast on Broadway, and Disney was actually auditioning for their next animated feature, Hercules, at the same time. Yeah, so friends of mine thought thought maybe I'd be a shoo-in for the character of Meg because I was already working for the Disney company. But the truth is, they would not even let me audition.
Rude.
Well, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. Belle is so kind-hearted, courageous. She trades her life for her father's. Meg is jaded, sarcastic, sells her soul to the devil. Not exactly the princess type, but they finally let me audition then, and I booked the gig. Yes, I think that's when Disney realized when I was on stage as Belle, I was acting. Meg is right where I live. Are you ready, muses? Are you ready to sing along, muses?
Sounds like they are. All right, ladies, let's do it.
If there's a prize for rotten judgment, I guess I've already won that. No man is worth the aggravation. That's ancient history, been there, done that. Who'd you think you're kidding? He's the earth and heaven. I wanna hear you too. Honey, we can see what start out. My head is screaming, get a grip. Unless you're dying to cry your heart out. Baby, we're not buying. Hard, we saw you hit the ceiling. Let you down, got it bad. No chance, no way, I won't say it, no, no. Give up. Check the grin, you're in love. This scene won't play, I won't say I'm in love. You do it, on base, I won't say it. She won't say it, get off of my case, I won't say it. Girl, don't be proud, it's okay, you're in love. Oh, at least out loud, I won't say I'm in love.
And you know what? Happy 25th birthday to Hercules the film! 25 years of service! All right. Well, this next arrangement is actually the one I'm most proud of. It celebrates a princess who knows that feet or fins, you have to stand up for what you want.
What would I give to live where you are? What would I pay to stay here beside you? What would I do to see you smiling at me? Where would we walk? Where would we run if we could stay all day in the sun? Just you and me, and I could be part of your world. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know something's starting right now. Watch and you'll see. Someday I'll be part of your
Ladies and gentlemen, Annalisa, you are next. Okay, so this is we're about to do, this is my favorite song that Annalisa sings, and we didn't get to do it on tour because it's a little obscure. Okay, so this was added to the Broadway production of Beauty and the Beast for Toni Braxton, actually.
Yeah, can I get a mic stand?
Oh yeah, can we have a mic stand? And it was such a slay that they kept it in for the rest of the run. And I watched the YouTube bootleg of Annalisa singing this at least 4 times a week, and I have a feeling I'm not the only one in this room who does. Anybody else? Yeah, I think you know who it is. The gays that know.
Who are those 2 people? I want to see you after the show.
Well, this is A Change in Me.
There's been a change in me, a kind of moving on. Though what I used to be, I still depend upon. For now I realize that good can come from bad. That may not make me wise, oh, it makes me glad, and I never thought I'd leave behind my childhood dream, but I don't mind, for now I love the world I see. No change of heart, a change in me. For in my dark despair, I slowly understood my perfect world out there had disappeared for good. But in its place I feel a truer life begin, and it's so good and real. It must come from within, and I never thought I'd leave behind my childhood dreams, but I don't mind. I'm well and who I want to be. No change of heart, a change in me. No change of heart, a change in me. Thanks, Benji.
That was my little gay boy dreams come true. I mean, the whole show is though, right? Oh, hello, Cindy.
Oh, hi. Amazing. I love you. Annalisa.
Aw.
Hello, everybody. Benji, I think it's time that we celebrate a princess who knows that dreams really do come true with a little bit of magic and a whole lot of hard work.
And that is all I want for you, Cindy. For you to reach all your dreams, go triple platinum, and then dance off into your happily ever after.
Benji, I don't have time for dancing. That's just gonna have to wait a while. I ain't got time for messing around, and it's not my style. This old town can slow you down, people taking the easy way. But I know exactly where I'm going, getting closer and closer every day, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. People out here think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Trials and tribulations, I've had my share. There ain't nothing gonna stop me now, 'cause I'm almost there.
people have been waiting for it. I think it's time for a little this.
So it's such an honor to get to do this show with Annalisa because we literally bookended Beauty and the Beast. She got to close the show out, and I was there in 1994 when the show opened. It's been a few years, and while I enjoy singing Belle's music, I think it's time to face the fact that I am now the age of Mrs. Potts. But it's okay, because her song won the Oscar. Tale as old as time, true as it can be. Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared. Neither one prepared, Beauty and the Beast. Just the same, there are surprise. Ever as before, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. Tale as old as time, tune as old as song. Bittersweet and strange, finding you can't change, learning you were wrong. Certain as the sun, rising in the east. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Well, off to the cupboard with you now, princesses. It's past all of your bedtimes.
Disney's original Broadway princess, Susan Egan. Okay, we're gonna do a big finale for you guys a little later, but I wanna take this time to shine the spotlight on all of you. So let's bring these chairs out because it's time for our favorite part of the day, audience questions. So really, anything you want to know about Broadway, about how this show came to be, the Disney thing, if you want to ask her about, I don't know, Chelsea, and you want to ask about her whole life, if you want to ask Izzy what it was like being in the prom and being like a bi icon, you know, all the things. And so there's a microphone there. Does anyone facilitate this, or are we just going at it? I would say otherwise, let's form a line to this microphone. You know, stay sensibly socially distanced if you can, and let's have a jolly old time, friends.
I just wanted to say hi to you from Patrick Lavery, one of your chips.
Oh my God, that's a blast from the past.
Yes, I played his mother in Into the Woods last year.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was Jack's
so
mother.
He's still performing, which I love it.
Yes.
Oh, please give him my love, will you?
I will do.
Amazing.
All right, next up, hi.
Hi, Annalisa was my first crush. I'm gay now, so it's not
I didn't get the gays.
You've especially got the gays.
I'm sorry, before below, I love you to death. But my question is actually for Susan and Ben.
Oh.
Can we work on a Gotta Kick It Up musical and have Izzy involved in some way as well? I think it would be a good
Distressing
musical.
about that thing. First of all, that was the worst blonde wig in the world. Okay, can we say that? And second of all, it's so funny because it's like you do 10,000 performances of Beauty and the Beast or whatever Broadway show you're doing, and still more people have seen Gotta Kick It Up, that bad 90s movie.
I think that is a fabulous idea, but I think the wig needs to be equally as hideous if we do
Oh,
it.
for sure.
I think it's part of
I think it needs to be
Camp.
a
It has to be
highly
camp now.
production.
Yes, I'm for it.
super
I'm so
camp.
for it.
You know what? I'm into this. I think the whole soundtrack will just be various decom songs from Overtime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, this is good. You started here with you. I'll give you credit in the bio, but
Stuck
absolutely
in the
no money.
suburbs. I had to leave the suburbs.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your question. Oh yeah, just say your name. We want to know, and tell us where you're from. We'd love to know.
Hello, I'm Hillary and I'm from Maryland.
Hi.
I had the pleasure of seeing you all at the Kennedy Center a couple months ago. And real quick, Susan, I sent you an entire diatribe on Twitter after that performance because I got to play Belle in high school and so I was sobbing and everything was fine. But so just wanted to thank you for paving the way for all future Belles, and it's been a long time. But my question for everybody is I always love hearing about on-stage mishaps during shows, and I know Disney has some very elaborate effects, and when those things go wrong, I'd love to hear some stories.
You know what? I would gladly take one of these from each of you. We've never heard any of these stories, so I wonder. But Suze, you want to do one of yours first?
Oh, well, Terry pulled my wig off, so I think that's the biggest one. Other than the fact that I broke my arm one year and I broke my foot the second year, both of them on stage, I think the best one was, you know, he's chasing me through the castle because Belle's not a good listener. She went to the West Wing, she's trying to touch the rose, and he's supposed to grab my arm and it's a rip-away sleeve, but on this particular night, my ponytail was down my sleeve, and he's got these plastic monster hands, he can't feel anything, and he ripped the sleeve and my entire wig off my head.
Wig snatched.
Wig was snatched, and I ran off stage, and I'm like, I've just put 1,200 kids into therapy, and I'm watching this consummate actor. What's he gonna do with the big wig? And you know, he's wearing a brown, hairy beast costume, like he could have tucked it into his coat or something, but he stood there like this, like, He saw me in the wings, and then I kid you not, he threw it to me. And I thought, now sing If I Can't Love Her. You know,
You're all theater
good
people,
job.
but you know what an actress looks like without the wig on? I mean, it's a full.
Yeah, it's a skull cap, right? I mean, yeah.
So it's not like it's like suddenly her hair looks like that. It's just bald Belle. You know what I mean?
But bald is beautiful.
Exactly. You know what? Like Belle can have alopecia, and that's adorable. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got a weird one?
I have a good one. When I was doing Aladdin in the national tour, after the marketplace scene when the guards are chasing us, Aladdin and Jasmine escape and run up to Aladdin's rooftop. And Aladdin rooftop set was two buildings that came together, and it was about 5 feet off of the ground. And we're supposed to run up the stairs and then step back, and I'm supposed to say, I think we lost them. Are you positive we lost them? And instead of stepping down, I stepped off, and I fell 5 feet in my long cloak onto the stage, but I kept going. I fell and I crawled my way up the stairs and then heaved, and the entire audience started laughing. I started laughing, Adam Jacobs started laughing. We were all laughing for about a minute, and then he finally was like, are you okay? And my brilliant ad lib was, you got some slippery stairs there.
A comedian.
I have an Adam Jacobs story as well.
Let's spill the tea on Adam.
So Adam Jacobs was my first Simba in The Lion King, and I played his Nala. And my very first week, we were on tour, on the national tour of The Lion King. And it's the very moment when Simba and Nala meet. And if you've ever seen the show, you know they meet during a fight. So I run out as I'm chasing Pumbaa, and I'm supposed to leap into the air, and then Adam catches me, or Simba catches me. So on this particular day, I run out, and I think in my mind I'm jumping, but I'm seeing Adam going further and further away from me, and I'm going, oh, what's happening? And then bam, I'm on my back, but instead of this fight has to go on, and this is the quintessential meaning of the show must go on. Adam just grabs my leg and drags me across the stage until I can come to, and then pop back up so we can continue this fight. And I just thought for a moment, oh, this is live. That's my story.
Someday someone's gonna be in the audience.
No one's gonna yell cut.
Someone's gonna be like, I was there, and I'm waiting for that day. And I'll be like, what was your experience at that moment?
Yes, in Vancouver, and you were in Vancouver.
Lisa, you got anything?
I don't, but I want you to continue that with the sleep mask.
Oh God.
Oh.
One time she came on stage. So do you guys know the show Fosse Verdon?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the community that definitely would support this show. And the creative team, the marketing team sent out care packages for all of the Broadway shows. So you got a tea bag and a playbill and an eye mask, a sleep mask for in between shows, and I thought this was really cute. I'm dressed in the show as Nala with the Nala mask. Nala has eyes, so I was like, oh, it would be so cute if I put the eye mask on Nala's eyes, right? It looks like, I'm taking a nap in between two shows. That's really cute. So I take a picture and I go out to my next cue, which is to wake up Timon and Pumbaa. And I'm like, Timon, wake up. Nothing. Pumbaa, wake up. Wake up. And then, you know, there's this moment where everyone's like the Three Stooges, and it goes on a little longer than scheduled. And I'm like, what is happening? I'm looking at Timon, who is completely, a puppet with a person, and the person's not making eye contact with me. I'm like, what the hell's his problem? And I go to Pumbaa, and he's like, also completely head covered, only a mohawk, and just the pig. And I'm thinking, what is happening? We do the scene, Rafiki swings out on the vine. I'm thinking maybe it's something with Rafiki. We run off, and I'm like, what is the matter with you guys? You're so unprofessional. And then Pumbaa looks at me and goes, what is on your head? And I'm like, what do you... I didn't take the mask off. And I thought for sure I was fired that day, but thank goodness I lived to fight another day.
Thank you also. Great question.
Hello, my name is Tori from the Bronx.
Hey, Tori from the Bronx.
My question is kind of too far. So what was it like for you guys to bring these iconic Disney characters to life, and how did you make it your own?
I think, you know, the Broadway shows are about an hour longer than the animated features are, so there's always new material. So you really don't have a choice. You have to make it your own because there's nothing really for you to emulate over there. But I also would say, like, the open-mindedness of the community to allow us to pay homage to these brilliant animated features, but to get to tell you a little bit more about the characters was really a new idea for Disney. They sort of thought we would need to be exactly like the animated feature. They even put Terry in lifts and they put me in flats, so we would be the exact same silhouette, height difference as the movie poster. And they realized very quickly audiences are smarter than all of this. They just want something beautiful, and that's why Lion King was such a departure, right? Because they sort of understood that. But it is an honor to get to walk on stage and be a character that people already love, and then to get to show new things about them.
Yeah, to piggyback back off of that, obviously Courtney Reed was the original Jasmine, and she was fantastic and wonderful. And I didn't see the show before I auditioned for it. And I was doing the off-Broadway, or the out-of-town tryout of the prom when I auditioned, and Casey was like, that's better, don't watch it, do your own thing. And when I got the part, I was kind of labeled the spunky Jasmine. That's what they all called me, but I was given license to bring my own life to her. And my favorite part about embodying Jasmine was that for me, the princess title was just an aspect of who she is, but everything that she wants was in despite of her title. And so I tried to bring as much intelligence and ferocity to this woman as I could in this male-dominated world. And that was the fun part of it for me. Yeah, that's me.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love Direct from 6. Hello.
This is a question for Annalise and Susan. What is the difference or something that you enjoy from doing musical theater and movies or TV show?
What I enjoy from television more than theater, I'd say would probably be the money, just the massive. the money. Keeping it real, that girl right there. What I like about theater is that it's done in chronological order. When you're doing TV, sitcoms are kind of done this way. I've always thought sitcoms felt like summer stock. You learn the play and then you do it in front of an audience. But typically TV is shot and movies are shot out of order, and that's really always hard for me, to shoot the second to last scene, and then on the last day of shooting, you're shooting the first scene. And what I love about theater is that it begins at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. It's going to be done at 10:30 or 11:15 if you're in Les Mis, and you get to tell it in order and take that audience in a journey in real time.
Beautiful. Great question. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Amanda.
Hi.
I was wondering, everyone has that pivotal moment that they remember from their first Disney on Broadway experience. The first song I ever sang on stage, I was 8 and I was singing Home. So I was wondering what your own first memory of either Disney or Disney on Broadway was. And yeah.
Well, I mean, I could draw mermaids before I could talk, so that was like, I was like that kid. But my first Broadway show was Beauty and the Beast, and I saw Susan, and my reaction to it was I came home, and I would drape a blanket over 2 chairs, and I would play the cats up and pretend to play the piano to home, and I begged to have piano lessons. And that's how my entire journey as like a person began, and now this is what I do with my life. And so that was the beginning of my Disney journey. I don't know, what do you guys, Cindy, I mean, you were a Disney kid. You spent a lot of time at the parks as a kid.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My mom, I would consider her Disney dedicated. Like she, several times a year, I'm from New York originally, and yes, and my parents didn't really do Broadway like that. My first Broadway show was like because my 5th grade class was going to the city and seeing Smokey Joe's Cafe. But we went to Disney World, and I remember going to Disney World 8 weekends in a row. Wow. Yes, we would fly on a Friday, come back on a Sunday. And then I was obsessed with The Lion King, and I had this, with my own allowance money, I bought this Lion King sing-along tape, cassette tape, and it came with a book, and the book came with lyrics and that kind of thing. So I would make my family sit around and watch me sing this music, and then for it to come full circle that I became my very first Broadway show, my Broadway debut was as Nala in The Lion King. Is just kind of a full circle moment. And we were on tour in Omaha, Nebraska, and it was my birthday. And Benji likes to go on walks. And so he comes into the dressing room and he's like, Cindy, I'm not sure. I talk about this story in our show. And Benji says, I was walking around this little tchotchke shop and I found this thing. I hope is this the sing-along tape that you used to? And I said, what? 25, 27 years later, wow, as a grown person driving around right now, at 27, had full encased booklet.
Like a blister pack.
Tape in a blister pack. The Lion King sing-along tape that I used to break with, my family. It was amazing. So yes, those moments exist, and just keep your eye focused. You never know where you'll end up.
So good.
Hi, I'm Christina from Connecticut. I just want to say that my first Broadway show ever was The Lion King, and I've been a Disney fan since then, ever. And my question is that what song do you love to perform that was inspirational to you or to anybody? Because personally, my favorite song of all time right now on Broadway for for Frozen was Monster. That helped me through like a bad time in my life and everything. So I just want to know what song helped you through a bad time in your life or anything.
Do you want like a Disney song or
Yeah,
any
it's
song?
a Disney song.
Disney song that got you through a tough time.
Yeah.
Annalisa Vanderpool's recording of Candle on the Water. That's
How could you know? Behind these eyes are sad.
Again, the money was great.
I think a song that, we travel and play a different city every single night. Like it's a lot actually. Then we get on a bus and we sleep on the bus while we drive to the next city, and we wake up the next day and we tech the show all over again. And so it's sort of a cumulative exhaustion. So it's not like heartbreak or anything that's difficult. We're living our best lives and having a great time. But the song that I've really loved being on tour with these ladies with is Into the Unknown. It's fun to sing solos, but I think each of us, we played the girl in the show where you are kind of alone. And so the fact that we get to be 4 of us on a stage together, and I get to sing with these powerhouse voices for all of these shows going around the country, and that arrangement of Benjamin Rauhalaz, it fills my heart. That song really fills my heart. I love it.
Which you can also listen to on all streaming platforms, and medley from Frozen to Into the Unknown was found.
Anybody have a Disney song that's close to their heart?
I think for me was Shadowland. It just sounded like the voices that I heard on the radio. It sounded like it was possible for me to be singing on Broadway, doing a thing. And nobody in my family, we're from the Caribbean, so it wasn't like a thing, but Heather Headley is a Trinidadian woman, so I thought that was a possibility for me.
Any other faves before we go to the next question?
Home, I left home and a change in me, and I love when we sing together. How does she know?
Yeah, that's how you know if I'm in chat.
That's how you know I'm Gus.
I know, we always say that because the first lyric is how does she know?
Yeah, how
But
does she?
the song is That's How You Know, and someone was like, that's how you know from the top, and we're always like, but what's the first word? But it's one of those songs.
Do you know lyrics? Yeah, right.
Of course they do. Well, thank you for that beautiful question. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you. I'm gonna check out Monster.
Oh, I think her name is Becky. Is your name Becky?
Becky?
Yeah.
Make it clear,
I'm
girl.
Becky, I'm from London.
From London?
London?
My
Yeah.
favorite place in the
I'm
world.
super excited to hear that you're coming internationally because I really want to come see you, but I can't do that one in the States. And also, Ben, I'm excited to see you with Jeremy.
Are you coming next month?
Yes, I'm coming next month. And then the other thing was, Izzy the Poor was my first Broadway show, and so you'll always have a special place in my heart. That was so 4 years ago now, so yeah. My question is, as the four princesses have changed, or from the 3 to the 4, and then how you've changed, like with who's performing based on other people's commitments, have the harmonies changed, how have they changed, and kind of have they like shuffled?
Yeah. Okay, so Becky is giving us a super informed question. So Broadway Princess Party, we used to travel as a trio, and it was Laura Osnes, Courtney Reed, Susan, myself, and then our Prince Adam, of course, who would be here, but he's on day 8 of his COVID. He's great, he's healthy, he just has to wear a mask, and we thought it'd be depressing to look at him. You know, the bottom half of his face is one of the best parts, so you know, it's just you're not getting your full value if he's not, you know. We love the bottom. That was not meant to be dirty. He's just a handsome man. My goodness. This is a Disney show. Coming down up there. Oh my God, what was the question? Oh, okay. 3 parts.
Are you a
So during the pandemic, actually, so we signed our Disney contract on March 4th of 2020, which was my birthday, and also, obviously, as you know, a week before the apocalypse. So we had a lot of time to sit and think about how to make the show bigger, better, and fancier. And so I did rewrite every harmony arrangement in the show, because I didn't want it to just be like, okay, 2 people sing the melody now. I want it to be like, if we're having 4 incredible women, they need 4 incredible parts, which means somebody in any one of those songs is on the really, really weird part that was like, you know, because in music there are like usually 3 easy notes in a chord, and then there's the 4th note, and that's where the colors come from, the textures, and sometimes Cindy ends up on those. Sometimes I pass it around, but she's like, she just, and in summer her part is like, these will buzz, kids will don't and she sells it. So that was a big moment, is, you know, also we had to learn Disney, contractually, we celebrate all 12 princesses and the 2 queens, which meant that like Merida needed a song in the play, for example, so I was like, okay, she doesn't sing, but sure. You know, things like that. I mean, Susan, what else do you remember from that time, the kind of redoing?
And then, now, we've got a roster, actually, of about, like, 12 to 15 ladies, because sort of the point of this, in creating the company with Ben, is that we wanted to employ women, and we want to be that job in between their jobs. Like, we don't want to stop anybody's dream. Like, Izzy's gonna go off and be a huge star and whatever, and in between her gigs, if she wants to pop in and be here, great. And what it does is it keeps all of us, it keeps it really fresh. But the harmonies don't change when the cast changes. The harmonies stay the same, and we have the most organized Dropbox of woman 1, woman 2, woman 3, woman 4, with all the notes plugged by Ben, a lead vocal track, just the music with click track. We're on in-ears and we listen to click, because everything we do is synchronized to the animated video behind us in our show. So there's a lot of technical aspects to it. I love your question, because it's great. But that's kind of the fun of it, is we have to now make it live and seem fresh and easy and organic and whatever, but it is very technical.
Yeah, and we used to be like 4 singers and a piano, and now we travel with like 20 people. You know what I mean? It's wild. We have 2
buses, a full
a truck,
crew.
and a trailer, maybe 2 trailers in the fall. You know, it's
and then starting in 23, we got to make our symphony debut, so we had 80 pieces on stage with us at the Kennedy Center. So it's not often that you get to hear these orchestrations, because a Broadway show has, you know, 7 to 11 musicians, maybe.
Sometimes 18 when we're feeling festive.
Yeah. But so to hear this music, just with all of that, it's, anyway.
Yeah. And I just say, there's so much artistry in the show. Like, everything that is on the screens that is animated was done meticulously.
And was edited by our friend who's here today.
Christian, hi Christian, where are you? Wait to us. Hi Christian. So when you see our show, every piece of animated content was edited, generated, and made beautiful by him, and it tells the story so beautifully.
Yes.
Thank you for your question, Becky, and I'll see you next month, honey.
We have time for 1 or 2 more.
Oh yeah, we're doing good. Yeah, you can give me a couple. Hi.
Hi, my name is Evelyn. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Yes, Massachusetts.
Hi. I would love to know, what is your favorite theater credit that you've ever done, whether it be Broadway, off-Broadway, any sort of like cabaret, like Studio 54 show, anything. Like, what's your favorite that you've ever done in your entire life?
The Prom. I did cabaret for 2 years in Studio 54 and I liked it. Disney Princess concerts. I did this regional production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame and I played Esmeralda.
I did the off-Broadway version of The Secret Life of Bees, which hopefully will come in someday, but it is so beautiful. I've been with it for 5 years, and so I like doing it. Thank you for your question. We can sneak a couple more. We're doing good. I'm looking at the timer.
Hi, my name is Jessie. I'm from Long Island.
Yes, from Long Island.
I love your shirt. You dressed for the moment.
Oh my goodness. I was wondering if you could pick any Disney or Pixar movie to become the next Broadway musical, which one would it be?
Oh my God, I do. I want to do The Emperor's New Groove so bad. I want to be the guy who gets turned into a cow and is like, I'm a cow, can I go home? That's what I would do. The Incredibles. Oh, it's gotta be Disney, right?
Disney or Pixar?
Oh, is that the same?
Well, they go in and out, you know.
I would love to see The Princess and the Frog, and I'd like
Yes,
to see
that is my top
pick. I was gonna say Mulan because I want them to fly through the air. I want all that Shen Yun happening.
I want Moana directed by Alex Timbers because I want him to do some crazy stuff with that water. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want some crazy water stuff.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You said Moana Jr. There's a Moana Jr., did you know?
Oh, there is Moana.
There's a Moana Jr., in case you didn't know.
I know, does someone play the water? Like, I want to know how it works. You know, fancy. Oh, and look at this t-shirt. Are you, this is Disney Princess the Concert merch. We love to see it.
Support it for the fans out there.
Hello. Hi. I actually saw you guys at the Kennedy Center. And I worked that day, because my name is Kennedy and I work at the Kennedy Center.
Yes, Miss Kennedy.
Oh, I met you. Yes, hi.
Yes, we did
to see you, honey.
Hi. First of all, Annalisa Vanderpool, you are a queen. I love you. Icon, gorgeous, stunning. Literally grew up on Raven. Anyway, so my question is, what was your favorite Disney princess as a child, and then your favorite Disney princess as an adult?
Ariel and then Belle.
Jasmine and Jasmine.
Okay.
I am so much older that these ladies didn't exist, so I had a choice of Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella. But today, I really love, I love them.
I mean, Cinderella's my favorite too.
But yeah, no, but I loved, my daughters were the perfect age when Princess and the Frog came out and Tangled came out. Those are the two that I totally love. Yeah, Tangled.
You know, I didn't really grow up too much with Disney. I'll just say this real quick. My mother was like a PBS person. We didn't have cable. We didn't have Disney Channel or anything. But we saw a lot of theater. More stuff like Prime Miss Jean Brodie or Raisin in the Sun, serious stuff, ragtime. So the only Disney show I ever saw was Susan Egan when I was 8 years old, and Susan I think was maybe 87 or something like that. At the Schubert Theater. And I was so thankful that I saw it because I never really would have seen, that was even before I saw the animated show. Anyway, the animated movie. So I'd seen Susan, saw the animated movie, and then luckily filled her shoes back then. So my favorite is her because she's a feminist and a reader and saves the guy. Belle. Growing up, it was Mulan because I'm half Chinese, Jamaican. My favorite princess is Nala because she's the closest to sort of the energy and the fire that I have inside of me. And yeah, she does save the guy in the end. The story actually couldn't go on without her.
Thank you, Kennedy. You know, I'm a sucker for a happy ending. Can we do rapid fire for you too? Can you give it and we'll answer real quick. I see the line. And
Thanks, Kennedy.
I'm only 2 from making.
I got you.
Hey.
Brainy Bunch. This is a question specifically from Brainy Bunch. Izzy knows what that means.
Uh-huh.
We want to know what the gayest Disney princess is.
The gayest Disney princess?
You had to know I was coming with something.
Do I know the answer to that? Who's the gayest?
Merida? It's Lumiere.
Merida. It could be Merida. Also, though, I could see Meg swinging both ways.
Oh,
Meg, I think, is definitely
She's
an icon.
she's not a Disney princess.
She's, right, she's not a princess.
No, and Elsa's technically a queen, but she might be asexual, or she might be.
I like Elsa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with Elsa.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? What do you think?
It's obviously Elsa.
Yeah. I guess that's why she's a queen and not a princess. You know what I'm saying? Because gay rights.
Exactly.
Thank you, B-Train, and thank you, Brady Bunch.
Okay, last one. Oh my goodness, this is giving Raggedy Ann.
Yes, it is. And my question is, what was the most valuable lesson you learned when performing?
Wow.
Don't upstage Susan Egan. I think you guys have figured out who the funny one on the bus is. Like, she literally makes us laugh non-stop. So,
And I'm obviously
it's
kidding.
true. Don't frickin' upstage me. Greatest lesson. What do you think, Ben?
Well, you know, I would say on stage and off, kindness comes first. I think how you treat the people in the room, all around, it's a huge thing. So, and people remember how they treat you. Like, I remember when I was a baby intern, I remember how people treated me, and not that I hold grudges, but I make informed decisions based on those moments. So, you gotta be somebody in the room. Yeah, I don't know, but especially from being on stage, girls, any big lessons you learned over time?
I think what we've learned, like, I know for me, I always appreciated it. I had really great mentors with Terrence Mann and Gary Beach and Beth Fowler, and way back in the day, you know, they're like, just have an appreciation. Just look at the people buying tickets to this show. Just like have this appreciation. And I think after COVID, that has been amplified even more. We were so appreciative when we got to do these shows on the road, and we got to go to audiences who were coming back to the theater for the first time, and they were appreciative. And so I think the lesson for me, and it makes me feel clumped, is just to not take anything for granted.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, living in the moment and understanding that everyone deserves entertainment as well, and you never know who's in the audience. I remember my mother used to always say, why don't you go to the park and sing for the homeless people? And I thought, oh gosh, Mom, nobody wants to hear me do that. And she said, of course they do. The homeless people who don't get to necessarily buy a ticket. So yeah, just gratitude and living in the moment, which is so hard anyway. But yeah, gratitude.
I would definitely say it's not about you. You know, you're a conduit of a story, you're telling the stories, and there are so many people out there who will be identifying with the story of the character or the journey that this thing that you're watching is going on. So yeah, being of service for sure.
I would say don't take it too seriously. Just let go of all if you're living in the past choice that you just made, you're not present with your scene partners you have now, and there's so much joy to be found, like looking at these amazing people who are on stage with you. And if you make a mistake, so what? That's the best part. It's the best part. Those audiences, that one audience was the only people, we're the only people that got to see that. So I think celebrating the mistakes and celebrating the failures is probably the best.
I love it. Thank you for that beautiful question. And thank you all for your beautiful questions. We do have one more number for you. So let's turn these chairs magically into mic stands while I talk a little bit.
Okay.
So we are hosting a meet and greet. We're at the New Yorker Hotel at 4 p.m. So you can come say hello and take a picture with us. And the meet and greet does include an autographed souvenir card. We are back on tour this fall. Actually, we are hitting another 40 cities. A couple of state fairs in September, and then 40 cities in the middle of October through the middle of December. So we would love to see you. Those dates are at DisneyPrincessConcert.com. And, all right, well, ladies, we've got these mic stands. We're at the end of the play. I think, ladies, I think it's time to do the Elsa song, shall we?
Yeah, let's celebrate her sexuality.
Woo, how's our spacing? We look even.
We love Elsa because she slays. She's a queer icon and she belts.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen.
Sure does.
The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and control me. Can't